Greeny, we've talked to Wes before. Our next guest is stepping even further onto the national stage with one of the most anticipated new shows coming up in Pittsburgh in 2026. Wes is the owner of Oak City Sports Cards and creator of the Next Up Card Show Pittsburgh. It will take place during NFL Draft Weekend coming up, and very exciting stuff. So it is our pleasure to welcome back Wes Spece.
Hey there, Jeremy. Hey, Steve. Good to see you guys again here.
Yeah, this is awesome. And man, I see all these videos about all the things coming on in this show.
Mhm.
So, we wanted to get you back on to preview it more so than a week or two before the show, so people can actually plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, man, when you're talking about a big event like the draft or the Super Bowl,
Mhm.
it's not a show that you're going to plan to go to a week before. So
Absolutely.
we wanted to get you on, go over kind of the logistics, what's happening with the show, and what people can expect. So let's just talk about first the idea. Like, how did this even come to mind? Where were you like, man, I'm going to do a show?
So, as you know, I'm super close with Dimitri Livshin, and I think most good ideas come from women. So I applaud Steph. Thank you so much for the idea. I mean, she knew that we did shows and all that, so she suggested it. She's like, you know what? She asked, Dimitri. She's like, hey, has there ever been a show based around the NFL draft? He's like, for some reason there hasn't. And I started looking into it, and I figured maybe, I don't know, 75, 100,000 fans go, but I was shocked to I guess learned that like 630,000 fans attended the NFL draft last year in Green Bay. And I was just like, man, like, I think Pittsburgh is like more central to a lot more states. And I imagine it's just going to be even more crowded. And these fans, one, they're sports fans. Two, they probably have money because they travel to the draft. And three, they'll be looking for stuff to do, after round one. And if there's diehards, that'll be glued to the TV, but, we'll have that on display as well. But we're just down the street from the draft. I think probably maybe a 5 or 10 minute walk from the NFL fan experience, and looking to have, a huge base of fans and collectors. And I'm sure some people that haven't, messed with cards in a long time, but we are super, super excited about this.
Yeah.
Wes, you've got in Pittsburgh the David Lawrence Center, which is the main convention center where this is going to take place. The football stadium and baseball stadium, for that matter, is on the other side of the river. Give people a sense of where the NFL experience will take place, and conversely, some recommendations on how people can move about the space and plan. There's going to be a lot of people planning for parking, planning for arrival, and kind of the lay of the land, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think on our Instagram, the Next Up Card Show, I think we just literally just had like a map. And again, like, I'm not great at social media, not great at a lot of things. And Katie and her marketing team came up with there's like a little like Pac-Man type map laid out from where the draft is to the show to the fan experience. So I think follow Next Up Card Show on Instagram, and you'll get a better feel for it. And I think she went last Thursday. It was like 7 degrees or something. She's like, I don't know why or how people do this. It is not for me. We might get a snow a year in Raleigh here, not too often. But I'll absolutely defer to her with that. But I mean, it's going to be congested. There's going to be, I'm sure, there's going to be tons of people. It is what it is. But then you just gotta fight the masses and get there early and take it all in. And the show is. So night one is Thursday night, round one, and then they have some on Friday and some on Saturday. I think that they extended it into 4 days this year, but the show is Friday and Saturday only. So we should have a countdown going on here, but we are just super, super excited for the show, guys.
Yeah, I've seen some of the previews of some of the vendors that you have lined up. So you want to take us maybe through some of those? I saw Nate's going to be there. Nate Burns, a Grand Slam. Who else do you guys have lined up?
Kyle, King of Cards, he's going to come. I know Jameson Long, he comes to a lot of our shows as well. I think Eric Bitts of Buy Nice Cards will be there as well. Grant Slayton will be there, and we've got a lot of big time vendors. I know Eric Whitland's going to set up, and I think you guys can be joining us as well. So we're excited for that. But I know Sappy is coming. From Sappy's Cards down in Dallas. I know Hobby Ray's there. I appreciate the reminder there. But yeah, I mean, it's just Tyler Santiago's coming. The list is just too long to name. I know you kind of put me on the spot there, but I mean,
but that's
and
Sure.
want to be fair to everyone. But yeah, I'm
Of
sure
course.
I'm omitting some dealers for sure.
Yeah.
But I think someone we're really excited about is Baseball Card Exchange. So they'll be coming out, and we're in talks with a lot more people to come to the show.
Yeah, I mean we're still a few months out, and what's great about the NFL draft is it's not just Pittsburgh fans. So
Mm,
people are going to come from all over the country, which in
right,
turn will drive them to the show. So it's kind of like
right.
going to be a who's who or a collector of whatever. How many tables are you expecting to have? What people can expect,
Yeah,
to
so I think
come?
we're like in the early stages, and it's just kind of tough to count as far as tables because we've sold like tons of booths, and a booth might be 6 tables. So I know
Sure.
it's a bit of a loaded question, but I know my wife created an app with someone, and so we can go in there and see exactly how many. But the space itself is huge. I mean, we can fit in
Yeah, there you
a
go.
lot of tables potentially for sure. We like shows that people can walk around and have space and not feel too crowded. And with the crowd that we're expecting, we want people to breathe and be comfortable and stay longer than 30 minutes. So, but I expect a big turnout. I expect more and more dealers to sign up. We've had a wave of people come in the last 10 days or so, and again, appreciate chatting with you guys and helping get the good word out here.
As a Cleveland fan and Cleveland fans, it does pain us to talk about Pittsburgh in any sort of fashion, or
Sure,
certainly in a
absolutely.
positive way. But this is really going to be an amazing experience. Pittsburgh, it's a great city. It's a
It
great
is.
sports town. And as Greeny said, you're going to see all kinds of uniforms walking around representing all the teams. Are you getting support from the city and or the NFL? Are they welcoming you, or is this part and parcel to what's happening?
And again, I wish Katie were on the call here because she, I get far too much credit for everything show related. Like I mentioned last time, she's like, kind of do what you're good at, and I'm very good at cards. So she's like, I want you to do this. Like, these people I don't, and she literally just crawled underneath the table like 3 minutes ago to go upstairs to tell our 3 kids tonight. Like she didn't want any part of this whatsoever. She'd be a lot better than I am
Yeah,
at
but
this, but.
she's the behind the scenes, which is fine.
Yeah, I think she's more than that.
Yeah.
Like if you came to one of our Charlotte shows or Hickory or Raleigh, like you'll see her and you'll see Tommy running a million miles per hour. And again, like my role is to get good vendors at the show and tell as many people about it as possible. And then I'll just like get to the show and might help up with a couple of things. But I'm just like I'm a card guy. It's what I like and what I enjoy doing. And been told many times to do what you're good at. So
Yeah, which is great. But part of that, what you're good at is knowing a lot of people in the industry, and you've been doing this a long time. And one of the reasons that something like this will work is the relationships that we've built over 20 some years of doing shows and traveling the country, which
Mhm.
is why, you just named off a bunch of people that are coming to your show, which
Mhm.
is fantastic. And I think that collectors are really going to see that. And
Mhm.
that's why shows like this, they do well even on the first year, especially in a place for the NFL draft, right?
Yeah, love your optimism, and I think it's a lot of times it's just like a big speech for school. You get so nervous, and once it starts, you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief, or just towing the lines of a marathon. There's 99% of the work is done before you start. But yeah, absolutely. Like I said, okay. You know how many days until she just crawled under the table. She's on my left here now. I don't think you'll see her face, but you might hear her voice, but maybe not.
Wes, we just launched Greeny Sports Cards launched the Ohio State Card Show 2 weekends ago in Columbus, and we likened it to you're throwing a birthday party and you send out the invitations, and you just don't know if anybody's going to show up. You hope they do, but on a first time show, you just never know. And we've continued to be overwhelmed by the response of the hobby, and it continues to grow and the energy behind it. And now you've got this built-in audience. I think this show is going to be a smashing success. What are you most excited about? I know you've got the stress of producing it and Katie as well, but when it's all said and done, what are you hoping to get out of it?
I think just continue to work on, I think a lot of times it might sound silly, but like a lot of these guys I only see 2 to 3 times a year, and I used to see him, 10 times a year. So I think just like at the national, I think you have to, allow, so much time just to kind of catch up with people. And I like to know people, not just what cards you picked up lately, but, tell me something outside of cards. Like, tell me about your life. And like, it's such a close network of people that, I love the relationships. I love the support. I know we talked to a lot of people in Dallas, and they said, why are you coming to the show? It's like, well, we want to support you guys. Like, we like what you're doing in Charlotte and in Raleigh, and like, we're there because of you. And like, there's some people just like, no, I want to go to the draft, and this is like, the show is just a bonus. So like, we'll take any and all answers for a reason to get there. But yeah, I'm curious. Like, do you guys follow the draft on a normal day? Do you tune in more than round one? I'm just curious about.
So
both of you.
you have to realize we're Cleveland Browns fans,
Sure.
and we tend to have one of the first 5 picks every year. So
Sure.
yeah, we do. We turn in. I think this year we have pick number 6. So we know
Okay.
we're not getting Mendoza, but yeah, we tune in. This is our playoffs every year, is the
Right.
draft. So
Right.
we are very good at watching the draft in Cleveland.
Nice. So I mean, are you as glued in, or as far as like round 2, round 3, like will you watch all the rounds, or like I know my old roommate Peyton, shout out Peyton, what's that man? But he's
Yeah, so
just
day
take diligent
two,
notes. He's a
three.
big Raider fan, but
So Jeremy works at the local sports talk station, so
Mhm.
he's going to be way more in tune than I am.
There it is.
I'll pay attention to day
Mhm.
2 and 3, but day 1, yeah, I'm watching.
Right. Right.
I just had a flashback though. So last year during the draft, we had the Great Lakes Collectors Convention, and on Saturday, so you had the first couple of rounds, and on Saturday there was a huge eruption in the hall, people clamoring and cheering and going nuts. The Browns had drafted Shador Sanders after
Mhm.
that run, and so people are paying attention, and certainly in the legacy football cities. Um, Again, you're going to see people with Pittsburgh in the location. You're going to have people from Detroit, Buffalo, New England, New York, Cleveland. They're all going to
Yeah.
converge on this space, and the energy. Cleveland had the draft coming out of COVID, and there was still 250,000 people that showed up, and it was kind of a surreal thing because people were still wearing masks, and it was still a tremendous experience. And every day has its own nuance. You've got Thursday night, round 1 is crazy. And then things kind of settle in, and you get you get a lot of interesting activities and people and mascots and people in their attire. So there's a great energy around the draft. And again, I'm really excited for the show for you because I think you're going to tap into something that's pretty magical.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know how many fans attend the Super Bowl. I know like the Super Bowl itself probably has 70, 75,000 depending on the stadium. But like, I mean, I don't know how many extra fans come to it, but I think it's probably 12% of this or something. Like, it's not it's not this. And
Right.
World Series, same type thing. And like, but I mean, what other gathering, at least in America, do they have that has this many fans there? And if you like football, you probably like other sports as well. So yeah, I'm excited to see the turnout and have all the fun down there. So
So this was a question I was asked. So you have Oak City Sports, you have First Pitch Promotions. Where did the Next Up name come from?
Just kind of a play on words,
Yeah.
now drafting for the Cardinals next up. So just kind of a play on words. We got fun with the draft and just named it that. So yeah, that's it. That's the origin
It
of
works. I mean, it's got a good flow to it. It works.
Mhm.
The website Next Up Card Show is easy to remember.
Mhm.
I know Haley's pulling it up here. Yeah. So April 24th, 5th. So that's Friday and Saturday, right?
Yep. If Friday and Saturday we have a super early move in on Friday, and yeah, I mean a lot of people have applauded that. Like, yeah, we want to be home Saturday night. Or I know Katie just drove up, or she flipped to Pittsburgh last week and flew back the same day. It's just like we like our babies, we like our family, and
Oh,
we don't
sure.
like being gone. All that, and some people do. Some people wish it was a 3-day show, I'm sure, but no, we just couldn't be more excited to get the ball rolling here and for it to start. And I think another thing cool. I mean, there's so many like trades during the draft too. I mean, can you imagine if like Kirk Cousins gets dealt to Tampa or whatever, or name your team, and then all of a sudden, hey, these are all of a sudden like on the show
Sure.
floor. They've gone up 30%. So and there'll be a lot of that, and we'll have some draft coverage there as well. But I think this day and time, people are just glued to their phones. And, you know, I remember a few years ago, I think it was, I don't know, it was, yeah, Anthony Davis, whenever he got dealt, like, it was just like, why is like 4 people asked about Anthony Davis in 20 minutes? Like, oh, I checked my phone. It's like, oh yeah, he just got
Right.
dealt to the Lakers. You know, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we know that happens in the NFL. I mean, there's always draft day trades. So yeah, that'll be, and then you'll see. So Bowman Chrome University, I think, will do terrific, as it always does around the draft, right?
Yeah.
Mendoza cards will sell. You know, the Ohio State players. Anybody, you know, maybe a Pitt player gets drafted high. You know, who knows? So
right. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there could be some good stuff.
Yeah, and so any agents out there or any like first round picks, fifth round picks that are listening, like, hey, we'd love to have you at the draft. And a lot of times they're on a plane, you know, minutes after getting drafted. But how cool would that be to have your Browns first round pick? Hey, meet and greet for $50 or whatever, $100 down the street. You know, I mean, there'd be hundreds, if not thousands of fans, you know, all over that. So I think it's very exciting. I mean, we've got a lot of buzz about it, and just, you know, going to Dallas and going to these different shows, I hear other people talking about it, not me. So it's just like, I mean, the word's absolutely traveling. So yeah, we're pumped.
Well, listen, we never know if it's going to work until we try it, and we applaud you for trying it. We can't wait to come. We think whether it's a success or not, it's going to be good. Like, you have to try it to know if it's going to work. And
yeah, for sure. Really, and like I said, I know that I think the biggest thing is that there's gonna be a ton of people, and that's not the worst thing in the world. So I know the Fanatics Fest is a zoo getting in and out of there, and, you know, there's limited parking and things like that. But I'm pretty optimistic and like to focus on, you know, the positives, and the people will be there. It's not like Field of Dreams, like the people come. You know, there's no doubt about that. But just getting them
real quick, Wes, because we got to wrap here. Let everybody know where they can find you and more about the show.
Yeah,
so just NextUpCardShow.com. I'm very busy on socials as well. Just NextUpCardShow as well on there. And feel free to reach out to me or Tommy, and good point of contact there. But yeah, appreciate you guys having us on, and looking forward to seeing you at the show, if not at your show.
Yep, and we'll talk more about it as the weeks progress. So we really appreciate it. And NextUpCardShow.com. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Wes.
All right. Appreciate it, gentlemen. Have a good one.
Yep.
Thanks, Wes.